dimension.
Welcome to It Came From Beyond Midnight. I'm Josh, this is my co-host Joe, and we're here to bring you the movies that time is otherwise forgotten. Tonight's movie is genuinely a really cool movie. 1969's Shark, starring a then unknown Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
And I know on this show we haven't shown a lot of good movies yet, but I actually like this one. This one is actually a really good movie.
Great.
So it's directed by Sam Fuller, who cut his teeth on a lot of like film noir and stuff like that. And
Okay.
even though this film is not noirish, it kind of has the stylings of it. It's kind of hard to explain.
Kind of like a detective movie, but not a detective movie.
It just has this feel to it.
Okay.
You know, it feels like it could be a Philip Marlowe adventure that happens to be taking place in another country.
Okay.
It's really interesting in that regard. And it stars, like I said, Burt Reynolds, who was then unknown. The big thing about this movie is one of the stuntmen / cameramen was actually killed by a shark while shooting this movie. And supposedly that footage is in the film.
Wow.
That, sorry, plot spoiler.
Do they allow that? I guess if it's okay with the family, maybe, or
Well,
how could you keep that in?
well, first of all, no one's exactly sure which piece of footage it is that's the cameraman's death.
Okay.
Because there's, like I said, spoiler, there's a couple of times people get attacked by sharks. And no one's quite exactly sure which one it is. But Sam Fuller tried to have his name removed from this movie.
How come?
Two reasons. One, he didn't like how the producers were using the cameraman's death to try and exploit it and get free publicity out of it.
Okay.
And two, he said they cut the movie to ribbons.
Wow.
That he was terribly unhappy with what they did to this film.
Okay.
But personally, like I said, I like it. It's a little slow at parts. Today, modern audience, you guys probably are going to find it really slow and boring, but it's actually a pretty good movie. It's got a decent script, decent acting. One weird thing is to look for, it takes place in the Sudan, okay?
Okay. Is that the Middle East area?
I'm
I'm not good with geography.
I don't know. It's one of those countries where they talk really fast.
Oh, Africa, I think. Not because they talk fast. I think Sudan is in Africa.
I'll trust you on that, college boy. All right, but according to the credits at the beginning of the movie, it says it was filmed on location in the Sudan.
Okay.
According to an interview I read with Sam Fuller, the whole thing was filmed in Mexico, and they just called it the Sudan. So I honestly don't know if this is Mexico or the Sudan. I don't know. But this is a really cool movie. Watch for... The biggest shock in this movie is not going to be the sharks. It's going to be a mustacheless Burt Reynolds, which is really just strange.
That's not right, but...
No. He does have a dirty shave. He's got like a Don Johnson, but just go to the movie. It's a really cool flick. Shark. Go to it.
Tonight's presentation is brought to you in part by Cheesy Flicks.
All right, I need to apologize. The Cheesy Flicks logo across the bottom of the screen is necessary to show this movie. This is a non-public domain movie. Cheesy Flicks was kind enough to license this stuff to us, so go to Cheesy Flicks. The movies are really cheap. They're the same prints we're showing, but they will not have the logo at the bottom of the screen. Go to cheesyflix.com and just check out the movies. They have a lot of really cool horror, sci-fi, exploitation flicks. Just check them out. cheesyflix.com.
وقف بعد شرب سيدي وانا وولد ونش.
Mohammed was a very good boy. I warned him never to dive alone. Please, take this. We owe this money to your son. He was always nice to me, and I was very fond of him.
Tax. What are we going to do about a replacement for Mohammed?
Not here in Suabar. You know how superstitious these people are.
Anna, let's not provoke each other with any more discussions about Mohammed, the muscular beach boy. We're so close now, let's worry about a replacement. It'll have to be an outsider. Someone who needs us as much as we need him.
What's the matter?
باز بديدوخ أشوف في العربية.
Help yourself. Hello.
حط الصندوق. أنا بحاسة هذا.
Want some help?
إيه أعطينك. إيه كتر هيدك.
وأنا بحاسته. لا أج بدهم كل مسكر هذول. مش ماشي كلاقينا سكر بقى.
كتر هيدي.
Anytime. All right?
إيه روح.
I can go then, huh?
يلا استنى هوني. أنا ما شفتك.
Help yourself.
كتر هيدك. شوف هونيك.
Cigarette?
كتر خيرك. عندك كبريتي؟ كتر خيرك. عسكري. يا عليك. Yalla, food. Dag, bro.
Amerikani. Efendim. Efendim. Ling, 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 ling. End of line, efendim.
Where are we?
El Swabar.
Where?
El Swabar, on the Red Sea. You want hotel?
Yeah, you go get me a hotel, go get me a bed, huh? Give me a bed.
Come on, please.
Go away. Go away.
Come, please. Come.
Best hotel in town?
The only and the best. La Tala. La Tala. La Tala. What's... There's a man out there. A guest? Halwe.
Where did you pick him up? Where's your luggage?
I don't have any luggage, fatso. I want a room for the night.
Sign, police form.
Okay, fatso.
Kane, take your rich friend up to his room. Come on.
What's your name, pal?
Joseph.
Joseph, okay. Night, Joseph.
Good night, Effendi.
Come in, Joseph.
Joseph, very smart. Head, hard like keg.
Joseph, let me ask you something. Is that truck outside, is that yours?
No, Effendi. Possessed by Monsieur Latala. He's very rich. Owns El Suabar Hotel. A true capitalist.
Yeah, I think so. Well, how far is it to Port Sudan?
By auto, 2 days.
Uh,
By camel, 1 month.
uh-huh.
By foot, never.
Joseph, let me ask you something. How long has this razor been in your family, huh?
Yes, Effendi, in my family, since the Mahdi killed Chinese Gordon at Khartoum with a sword 82 years ago.
Oh. Well, if they'd have used this razor on Chinese Gordon, history would have been changed.
Mr. Kane, may I see you for a moment, please? I am Police Inspector Baroque. May I see your passport, please?
Oh, just on my way over to see you.
Everybody calls me Doc. Would you like to have a drink?
Yeah, I'd like a drink.
It's on you. Won't you sit down? We always welcome American businessmen, Mr. Kane.
That's nice. I've always had a good relationship with the Sudanese.
Mm-hmm. A personal question, please.
Fire away.
What brought you to this isolated pigsty?
Well, I'm sure if Fatso hasn't filled you in by now, I came this way.
Oh, you hitchhiked. Fatso. That's a good name for Latala, Fatso. Get some more drinks. From where did you hitchhike?
You know, cops sound the same all over the world.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment. From where did you hitchhike?
I caught a ride somewhere between here and Khartoum.
Were you warned about the many gun runners supplying them with arms and explosives? Gun runners who will make what you Americans mean or say mincemeat out of any stranger.
Last time I heard the word gun runner was in a movie.
The last time I saw the movie was a whole year ago.
I did run into some bandits. I was going to tell you about that.
What was the point of departure?
Port Sudan. You'll find my visa in the back of the passport.
Alexandria, eh? Being Egypt's soft neighbor to the south, they are showing increasing interest in our independence. Don't you think so?
I don't know. I don't know anything about politics. Isn't my line.
What is?
Business.
What kind?
I buy cheap and...
And sell for profit, huh?
That's my Bible.
Mm-hmm. What was stolen from you, Mr. Kane?
$400 in traveler's checks, $185 in American money, $210 Sudanese, and they got all my clothes, of course. Mm-hmm. I kept my watch and some change I put in my shoe before they got...
I can't promise you the return of your stolen articles, but I'll try.
All right.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Mr. Kane, I'm sure you know the story of Alibaba and the 40 Thieves. That was a fairy tale, too.
Mr. Kane,
Let's have another drink together here, now.
You talk too much.
I didn't say anything.
One thing I do want to point out before anyone brings it up, I know the print of this film isn't the best. This is one of the, this print is from Cheesy Flicks, where you can get the DVD for like $3. You know, go get it. But this is one of the best looking prints of this movie that's out there. Even the official DVD, you know, from the company that shot it, I'm not sure if it was from the producers or Fuller's Estate or whatnot, from Troma, doesn't look this good. So this is one of the best prints of this movie out there, which is
the original
interesting.
print out there, it was never restored, or it was never good enough to be restored at some point, or
No one really knows. Sam Fuller, you know, he didn't even know what happened to all the scenes that were cut in his original edit of the movie. So nobody really knows. You know, there's never going to be a director's cut.
Was this movie actually like released in the theaters, and it was
Yeah.
around for a little while, and then it just sort of disappeared? And
No, this cut of the movie was released in theaters.
okay,
But I like it, you know. Some people find, like I said, today's audience, you guys are going to find it slow. You guys are going to find it a little bit boring, but you're wrong. It's a pretty cool flick.
he lit some dynamite off his cigarette. That was pretty cool.
While being chased by the
being
policia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
But karma got him. Brakes failed.
Right.
Oh, and one other interesting thing, you know how Bert's name is Kane in this?
Yeah.
That was the original title of the film.
Oh.
It wasn't called Shark until after the shark death of the cameraman. Then all of a sudden they decided, let's exploit the shark aspect. Otherwise it was just called Kane.
Okay.
And hell, the book it's based on is called His Bones Are Coral by Victor Manning, which honestly is not that good of a title either. But one thing I love about this with Bert, damn mosquitoes, is, just go with it. One thing I love about Bert in this, even though this is 69, he had that 70s cool to him before the 70s. That's how cool Bert is in this.
Is this where he earned his mustache?
I think that, wasn't that the Smokey movies?
Maybe, yeah, probably.
But one thing I should have pointed out to look for, but I didn't want to really ruin it. Remember the scene where Anna is paying off the mother of the guy that got killed by the shark?
Yes.
And then the mother like starts crying a little bit and then takes the money and starts counting it?
Yeah.
That's a very Sam Fuller scene. That's definitely, that's like the way you would see it in a Sam Fuller movie. So that scene, that is so Sam Fuller right there.
Okay.
That is a really cool scene.
And I noticed a lot of the women had their heads covered, but Anna didn't.
Maybe in 69, white chicks didn't need to wear the beekeeper suit in Muslim countries. I don't know.
No, I think some countries are a little more liberal. If you're not from that country, they let you. You're free not to wear one if you don't have to.
Well, I'm anti-beekeeper suit, so go back to the movie.
How about you give me a ride out of town?
Nah.
How about I give you my watch?
Nah.
How about I give you my watch and take me out of town?
Hey, Italiano.
يا فندي بعد هذا عميك ما في واحد.
No, I don't wear
يا
earrings.
الله يا حيط الله ما في واحد من هذا والله العظيم.
No, I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy. You want to buy a watch, huh? Hey, pal, you want to buy a gold watch? Look here. Hey, what? Hey! Hey! Come here! Now, don't steal anything when anybody's looking. Understand? Permit?
Permit.
All right. Beat it. Little runt.
Smoky, Smoky.
Nah, it'll stunt your growth. Now, in order to make any money in your business, in order to be a good thief, you've got to be an artist. Now, I'll show you how to take a watch off a man when he's got it on. Give it back. Come on, give it back. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to help me get a car, a boat, anything, just to get away from here. Just get away.
You go away.
Well, I come back.
You come back?
Sure, I come back. We're partners.
Partners, shake.
Shake. All right.
And this is the old quarter of town that goes back to the Bible. There's nothing much here for you but me. And I've got a prescription for what really ails you.
Why don't you get lost?
Oh, but this prescription's going to tell you how to get out of town. The word's out that you'll never leave Surabar on the Red Sea until Inspector Baroque lets you.
How's he going to stop me?
How's he going to stop you? How's he going to stop you? Ho, ho, ho! Mavari, Shuman Teleanahum, Shuman Teleanahum. Why shouldn't he stop you? Don't sell Baroque short. He was the smartest cop in Khartoum. Until he stopped you. Which they couldn't prove. So he stuck here, too.
Are you stuck here? I mean, why don't you leave, huh?
I'm not a gun runner, or a dope peddler, or a procurator.
No, you know what you are?
What?
You're a drunk, that's what you are. You're a loudmouth.
What's the hell's the matter
Listen,
with
never
you?
fight a con artist. How many drinks did Baroque give you to set me up, huh? Huh?
Just a minute, Mr. Kane. Do you think I'm a paid informer?
You smell like one.
Johns Hopkins University, Harvard Medical School, Walter Reed Army Center, Medical Center. And I'm a doctor. I'm a physician. I'm a diagnostician.
I'm a sucker.
So long, doctor.
What I can't figure out is what you're sticking your neck out for me for.
Because I love booze and I hate Baroque.
Earn your fee.
You're a mean man.
Yeah, I'm a mean man. Come on, earn your fee.
Well, there's one boat in the harbor that Baroque does not control. It's a big white boat. It's called the Anna.
Yeah, I know the boat. The key's missing and sleeps 6.
Sleeps 6. Maybe I ought to buy you a drink. So how about mine, huh?
What keeps Baroque's hands off the Anna?
Foreign registration, American. What a wonderful world it would be if alcohol flowed through our veins.
Yeah. Who owns the boat?
What boat?
What's the man? The boat. What's the man's name?
Professor Malaire. Professor Malaire owns the boat. And last month, his assistant died.
Assistant?
Yes, his assistant.
What's that guy?
He's a handsome young Arab, built like an Adonis. He knew these waters like I know.
Will you get
like
to the
I know.
point? Will you get to the point?
The point.
About the assistant.
Oh, the assistant. The assistant's dead. The professor needs a new assistant.
A man named Kane.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Profession.
Road bum, according to Latala. He told me so this morning.
Everybody warned the Arab to stay away from the professor, but he wouldn't listen. He was killed by a shark under suspicious circumstances.
What about this man Kane?
Yeah, forget him.
Why?
Don't trust him.
But you don't even know him.
Honey, some of my best friends are Americans. When a countryman of mine ends up here suddenly in this hellhole, naturally I'm a little suspicious.
Why aren't you suspicious of the local Arabs?
And I'm afraid you still don't understand our breed. Back in the States, skin diving has practically replaced baseball. First thing an American will want to do is dive with me. I can't take a chance on that.
You want to know why you want to work on a Jinx boat, and you'd better come up with a good answer.
You don't know anything about diesel engines. Neither do I. Maybe this Kane does. All Americans know about engines.
Well, this Kane fellow's probably a college boy looking for a little excitement, or a beatnik from Khartoum University looking for a little local color. Maybe he's not a Beach Boy type, huh?
I thought we were going to let Mohammed rest in peace.
No.
Or what's left of him.
I'm sorry. I'll talk to this fella, Kane.
Mm-mm.
Huh?
Not you. Not you, Dan.
Why not?
Because he has heard all about you and the jinxed boat by now. That hotel breeds gossip, and a road bum avoids work, especially when he hears the strangest stories about an eccentric professor who lost a deckhand very mysteriously to a shark.
What do you mean, very mysteriously?
All the people are talking about it in Suabar.
Do you believe it?
No.
You got a razor that's less than 50 years old. Why? Because I'm going to get that job even if I have to romance that broad.
Anna! Anna. I don't like it. I just don't like it at all.
Oh, Dan, it's got to be done.
Why?
And you have nothing to worry about, not even if I have to romance him just to hire him.
Did you notice the kid smoking?
That is...
There's no way that would be in a movie today. That kid just smoking. You know, and if this were the 70s, he'd have been swearing up a storm too. You know, if this were the 70s, he'd be swearing up a storm. But what I really love is how when Bert's going through the market, I don't even call him Kane. I just call him Bert.
Yeah, I see.
You know, because he's Bert.
Right.
When he's going through the market, he's got I think it's a blue scarf, and he just goes and takes a red scarf and puts it on and puts the blue one back.
Oh, very discreetly.
And nobody even notices. But you know, I guess it's more of an innocuous scarf scene than the scene with Powers Booth and Al Pacino in Cruising. Yee. That's a scarf scene you don't want to see again. But it just, you know, I really like this movie. You know, you know you can't trust Anna and the doctor.
Right.
And I'm saying Anna instead of Anna because that's the way she says it with her accent.
Right.
Anna.
Right, and they need Bert, or she wants to recruit Bert.
Yeah.
To die because the other guy got killed, but the captain doesn't want him because he doesn't trust him.
He doesn't trust him with what they found. You know, they're fish samples.
Right. Right.
He doesn't trust him with their fish samples. Yeah, right.
Right.
But, you know...
But, Kane just wants to get out of town. He's trying to sell his watch, trying to get a ride, trying to get out of there.
Well, he's a gun runner.
Right.
You know, he lost all his guns, and, you know, it's pretty clear at this point, Barack knows what he is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Barack doesn't trust him. Barack doesn't believe his story at all.
He's looking for evidence, then he's going to book him, so Kane's got to get out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know... the thing that I find weird about this movie, they're in the Sudan. Do you notice everyone speaks English? Nobody's having trouble understanding them.
Could be like a touristy spot, Or,
yeah, there's no boats, there's no cars, there's no way to get out of town, so it's very touristy, huh?
Or maybe that's like a rule of a harbor, kind of like how it's kind of the rules of like airports, even international airports. Everyone speaks English at international airports all around the world.
This is the 60s in a predominantly Muslim country. I don't think English was the predominant language.
Like that.
Or maybe it was just so they didn't have to subtitle half the movie.
That could be.
You know, I just still think it's funny that Anna is a blonde white woman, and she's British, so she's very white. And nobody has a problem with this. I still find that funny.
What would be wrong with it?
Well, because the Muslims don't exactly like Aryans.
They can get along. I mean, what?
Yeah, because Anna comes across as so trustworthy.
No, I mean, they're not going to...
I also like the scene where Bert's trying to shave and it doesn't work, considering that we now know him so much with the mustache. I find that funny.
Right.
So, all right, go back to the movie.
Hello.
Hello.
You know, once in New York, when I was on the subway, in a completely empty car, a girl came along and planted herself right beside me.
I'm sorry to invade your privacy, but I usually come here to enjoy the view.
That's all right.
That girl in the subway, was she beautiful?
All women are beautiful. What's a girl like you
Doing in a place
like this?
I am Anna Millar.
Kate.
Oh, that was out of habit.
You thirsty?
Are you buying?
I look that broke?
At the hotel, Atala mentioned you checked in without baggage.
The fella has a big mouth, like his belly.
Have another drink?
Love to.
Never did keep very good time anyway.
I have enough for a couple of drinks.
Last time a lady bought me a drink, she was no lady.
طبعا كروت شو ما تعمل هون ما تسرق انت البيك اب روح اسرق امك يلا فل من هون يلا
روح من هون وليه؟
اي
روح هيك
يناجي ربه ويثني عليه بما هو أهله
Don't you ever take any risks?
I try not to.
Just getting up in the morning, that's a risk.
What do you do?
I'm an unemployed spy.
Be serious, please.
Okay. I heard your old man short-handed.
You've been talking to Doc.
I heard about the Arabian kid.
And you're willing to replace him? Why?
Money.
That's the only reason?
That's enough.
What about the jinx?
What about it?
How much do you know about diesel engines?
As much as I know about women.
How much is that?
Ask me.
Can you handle a winch?
Honey, I was delivered by one.
Mr. Kane, this tank here is for the fish. That one's for the mineral specimens. Give me a hand. Easy now. Yes, got it. Let it go.
You know, I used to do a little diving myself.
Mr. Kane, you won't have to on this job.
I saw a photograph in the cabin of a shark. Is that the same one that chewed up the Arabian kid?
Same species.
You know, he must have been out of his skull to be snooping around down there.
What gives you the idea he was snooping?
Just a term, Professor?
Well, he just fell overboard in shark country. At least he died in the world's greatest laboratory.
Well, that's something to look forward to. You really think you're going to solve the world's hunger problem, Professor?
You really mean you give a damn?
No, but I like to eat.
Jane, tapping the ocean's mineral reserves will solve your eating problem. Without fish, the world would starve to death.
Any sharks down there?
Naturally.
Well, aren't you going to carry a gun or something?
Sharks are cowards, Mr. Kane, haven't you heard?
If I carry a gun, I'm just looking for trouble. The only thing that makes a shark dangerous is the smell of blood. When he tastes it, he goes berserk. If I happen to hit one shark, all his friends will come like a shot.
Just out of curiosity, Professor, what's your favorite food?
I hate fish. Can't stand the taste of it.
Did you ever sail across the sea to Saudi Arabia?
Yes,
How about north, up to Cairo?
sometimes.
What's the name of this reef?
Hagara,
How far from Subar?
too far to swim. I'm afraid I'll never break that habit. It started years ago.
I'm just testing the engines.
Help me!
Dan! Help him. I'll get the first aid kit. Here.
right, before we go a lot farther, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Videoscope Magazine. These are exactly the type of movies that we're showing you that they cover in this. It's a great magazine. You need to get Videoscope. Don't point at my magazine. It doesn't like it. But one thing I really like is the cat and mouse game.
Right.
That Anna and the doctor, and I honestly can't remember the doctor's name. And I've seen this movie a bunch of times, and I can't remember the doctor's name.
I just call him the doctor.
Well,
Really?
but okay, or, not the doctor, the scientist.
Oh, I call him Captain.
Yeah, the captain.
Captain.
I like how him and Anna are trying to deal with Kane, and Kane's trying to deal with them in a way that neither side trusts one another, but they each need one another.
So they're being nice to each other.
Skeeter.
That's not nice.
Skeeter. Seriously, there was a Skeeter. All right, but yeah, how they're playing cat and mouse with one another, and
Right, when the captain's diving, why does he just starts revving the engine?
'cause he was trying to steal the boat.
He's seeing, yeah,
He was trying to steal the boat.
trying to get out of the area. And that freaks the captain out, and he cuts himself.
Except all the blood looks like fabric softener when it comes out. It's all like purple. Maybe it was just due to the film print, but it looked all like somebody hit the fabric softener pack on him or something.
Don't they put a chemical in pools that the water turns blue when you pee in it?
I don't think they'd do that in the 60s. In like the ocean in the Sudan. I don't think that they do that. You know, I think the sharks might have a problem with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they
You know. Oh, and that's the other thing I wanted to point out: the beautiful underwater photography.
Yes.
And it might not be top of the line,
But it's sharp, and for the print of the movie, it's pretty good.
Knowing that a cameraman got killed, that's not stock footage of sharks.
No.
That's all real sharks
Yeah.
that they're really dealing with.
They had
You
that-
got to remember, this is pre-Jaws. There's no mechanical sharks.
No CGI.
Yeah, no CGI. This isn't like a hack like Spielberg going, I want a fake shark. Sam Fuller said, screw it. Real sharks, that's the way to go.
People are going to get hurt.
No, he was really pissed about that. So,
Yeah, well, that's
you know, I think he probably took safety precautions. But you ever see the movie Zombie, where a zombie fights a drugged up tiger shark, and then he ends up like biting a big hunk off of it? No. It's a really cool movie. You know, that again, real sharks. There was a guy in a zombie costume underwater fighting a drugged up tiger shark and really killing it. It was an Italian movie, 70s. They had different animal cruelty laws. And I don't know why I'm talking about zombie, because we're talking about shark.
Right.
But I still can't get over mustacheless Bert. It's disturbing.
Okay.
He's not Burt Reynolds. It's kind of like Jason Lee. After years of seeing him on My Name is Earl,
Yeah.
I can't accept him on Memphis Beat without a mustache.
That's unfortunate.
Skeeter, honest. All right, go back to the movie.
Don't worry about Dan. He's not my father.
Your lover?
No. But he's been like a father to me. He taught me everything. Took me all over the world. And because in all those years he was the only man I knew, I fell in love with him. But never as a lover.
You mean he never laid a hand on you?
Never.
Alabama and the 40 Thieves was a hell of a fairy tale, too. Well, then he's a fool. And you're a teaser.
So you're making noise again, huh? Don't you know the professor is still sick upstairs? And you don't have to interrupt my siesta. Come on, get it. Escat. Escat.
Will you be quiet?
I look for Kane.
He's out looking for you.
Who was that?
A half-pint looking for your new deckhand.
Probably wants to sell him something stolen. How is he today, Doc?
No, it's nothing, just a scratch.
Stick to your fish, Professor. Let me make my own diagnosis, huh?
Doc, get away from me. You asphyxiate me.
I made a house call. I demand my fee.
Yeah.
Oh, Doc, that's pure alcohol.
You can dive any time you feel like it. And as far as I'm concerned, you can stay down there.
You come back?
I told you I would. Listen, you got a friend with a boat I can use tonight?
I go with you?
I couldn't go without you.
I have boat, small sail.
What happened up there the other day? I heard the engine start.
He planned to take the boat.
Would you have used that gun to stop him?
I had it in my hand.
Yes, but would you have used it?
You know I would.
Would you?
Oh, please, you don't have to worry about him.
He's younger than I am.
He has no feelings. He's strange. He's an enigma.
Stop it. He's nothing but a gun runner.
How do you know?
Think to Varag?
Any proof?
Varag's getting the proof.
Aha. No wonder I don't trust him.
No, we don't have to trust him anymore. This wound is just about healed up. I think maybe we should get rid of Kane.
No, no. If anything goes wrong down below, we might need him.
Yes, we might.
And when we finish with him, expendable.
Turn the other way. What are you always looking at me for?
Now, Runt, you stay here till I get back.
Don't get any bright ideas of your own while I'm down there. All right, Run, let's get out of here. Runt! Hey, Runt! Get the sail up.
Is that a new black t-shirt you're wearing?
Yeah. Check this out. I got it from Full Moon. They sent me a couple of screeners and they sent us t-shirts.
Where's my t-shirt? Do I have a t-shirt?
Yeah, I kind of forgot it, but I'll give it to you next week.
Next week.
But yeah, they sent you one too.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool. They sent me some screeners for some of their movies, but I don't have the rights to them, so you're not going to see them here. But it's still pretty cool. So Full Moon sent us that. That's pretty cool. But one thing I hate about 60s movies is something that's coming up right now.
What is that?
Day for night.
They don't really count for time?
No, what they would do is they would actually have the sun behind them, and that's why everything looks so bright at nighttime, because they're actually filming that like around noon or 1 in the afternoon. But with the sun behind them, it's casting shadows on everything, and it's called Day for Night, and it's a blatantly obvious way to shoot at night without needing extra lights.
Okay.
And I hate Day for Night. Day for Night is a crappy technique, and I really don't like it. And I mean, maybe it was Sam Fuller had to do it because of budgetary reasons, but I really don't like that. But a problem I have with the movie now is, okay, the doctor's getting, or not the doctor, the scientist, whatever, the captain, as you called him, he's getting patched up.
Right.
So this is obviously days later.
Right.
And now they just start talking about, why did Kane start the engines?
Yeah.
Why now? Why 3 days later do you bring up, why did he try and steal the freaking boat?
If you don't trust the guy, ask your partner the minute you get a chance to.
Well, and speaking of the doc, yeah, damn mosquitoes. Speaking of the doctor, he drank that bottle of beer rubbing alcohol.
I didn't believe he was a doctor at first, but apparently he's the doctor and he's drunk.
But that's a pretty hardcore drunk if you can drink rubbing alcohol.
He's got a very high tolerance. That could make you go blind.
Does it really matter at this point? Oh, and apparently he's a Shriner too. You notice he's wearing the Shriner hat. All he needs is one of those little nee cars. You know, so you know it's interesting. But I'm liking the movie. I really am not getting into the Runt character. You know,
yeah, he's.
Runt is not a good character.
But he got his watch back. He got.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was a cool scene. That was pretty cool. But did you notice that when Runt jumped in after Kane, although disobeying him.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that.
Kane didn't even hesitate jumping into the water. Just Runt! And just dove right into. What is it with you? What is it with you and the mosquitoes? You know, do you see me having mosquito problems? My only mosquito problems are you having mosquito problems.
You're wearing pants, I'm not.
All right, just go back to the movie.
All I want to know about is what the Victoria was carrying.
Let's see, what the Victoria was carrying.
That's it.
Just give me a minute now. Plasma. Blood plasma for the 1st Infantry Division.
Plasma.
You know, there's 1,000 years of medical knowledge in these hands, and a hell of a lot of good it did me. You save one guy, you lose 1,000.
Look, I think we're talking about the wrong ship. You see, I'm talking about the Victoria.
Who the hell is talking about the Victoria? I'm talking about American supply.
I'm talking about the Victoria!
Well, what do you want to know?
I want to know.
What?
I want to know what the Victoria
If you give me a minute, I'll tell you. Now, wait a minute. It was carrying the Victoria.
Was carrying what?
Munition.
No!
You're going to keep saying no while he was carrying munitions. Explosives.
No.
Of course. No. Oh, wait a minute. I just carried something else. I remember now. I know what it was carrying.
I think you got it. You got it now, haven't you?
Horses.
I want to know what the Victoria was carrying. You talking in your sleep?
Something happened to my boat?
No. Nothing happened to your boat.
And what the...
Hey. And what did... Hey, you got a light bulb in your room, huh? I don't have a bulb in my room.
What happened?
Tomorrow I'm going to rate a light in my room.
Can you take that damn bulb and go back to your room, sleep off that drunk?
I'm not drunk.
And what the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about fish protein.
Fish protein?
I went aboard the Victoria tonight.
Where did you get the diving equipment?
You know, when you cut your back on coral, Professor, it doesn't leave oil on your back.
Kane. Where did you get the diving equipment?
Think I got out of here, Kane?
I hope you put all that equipment back.
Everything will be in its proper place when he gives me half of that fish book.
Kane, get out of here. You're fired.
Oh. You can't fire a partner. Partners in what? Partners in what's aboard the Victoria.
There's nothing on that old wreck except some munitions. You're welcome to all of it.
I don't want all of it. I just want half of it. Hell, we're partners. We're gonna share everything. We're gonna do everything together. We're gonna fish together. We're gonna dive together. We're gonna fix that torch together. We're gonna do everything together.
We're going to be one big happy family. Happy father, happy daughter, and a happy son of a bitch.
What are you going to do?
Discourage him.
I heard a battle upstairs, Professor. Who won?
Atala, you are a big, fat blob of blubber.
That's right, Professor.
A big, fat, stinking whale.
Right.
But around every whale are his friends.
How many of my friends can you afford?
I'm unable to take.
To kill a cripple?
Nice place you got here. Hey, run. You ever sleep in a hotel?
Me in hotel?
Come on.
uso. Yala.
Shorts. That's why I said I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. It's okay.
Yeah, he is wearing shorts.
Yes.
All right.
Right.
So,
Kane knows there's something underwater.
Victoria!
The Victoria.
Yes, the Victoria. And
he stole some equipment and he dove down and he... Could he get inside? Yeah, he got inside. No, he didn't.
that was in the last segment where he jumped in after Runt and all that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is... I love where Anna is being such a... I almost said the B word, and he just lays her the hell out. I just love that. You know, that is such a 60s thing. He just punches her without hesitation, and she goes down and doesn't get back up. I love that.
Where he's walking in and saying, hey,
he gave her an Irish kiss. What? What? Well, he gave her an Irish kiss in the Sudan. So, but no, you know, I think it's getting interesting at this point. Each side knows they can't trust one another.
But they're playing nice to get something from each other.
I also like the fact, Skeeto, I also like the fact that Fatso can either have them killed or beaten or whatnot, you know. This guy that runs a ratty hotel somehow has this, like, mob he can just call up whenever he wants.
Well, I'm sure it's like the mob, or it's like...
the Sudanese mob.
A network, you know.
Or maybe he can get Sergeant Kabukiman from Tromaville, since he looks exactly like the mayor from Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
You've never seen Toxic Avenger?
I haven't.
We have posters for Troma movies right here.
Right.
Toxic Avenger, right over here. You can't see it because it's off frame, but it's a Toxic Avenger poster right there. I mean, seriously, you've never seen the Toxic Avenger?
So the captain has Fatso...
You're not even talking to me about this, huh?
Guys, and they go after Kane, and they're shooting at... It takes place at nighttime, but they're shooting during the day, which is...
Yeah, it's more disturbing day for night.
Right, but it works.
The thing I also love is during the fight, Bert's taking on two guys with knives, and Runt just stands back and just sits there and doesn't help or anything.
Well,
just
was he smoking?
No, remember? I mean, like earlier in the movie, he had a knife and was coming at Bert, and now now literally a life or death situation, and he just stands back and he kind of like, go Kane, go, give me a smoke. You know, I mean, just. I don't know. I still like the movie. It just has some issues.
Okay.
But we're going into the final segment of the movie.
Right. We're going to
There's
find out
be
what's on the Victoria.
Oh, like you don't know.
We're going to find out.
Treasure.
Yeah.
So, all right. Final segment of the movie. Check this out.
The boy looks dead.
He's too tough to die. Get the doctor.
Not me.
I said get him!
He's upstairs having his weekly DTs.
pouring that into him?
I don't know anything about drunks, do you, Fatso? He's gonna be worth a damn like he's drunk.
Atta boy, Doc. Drink it up. Come on. Come on, baby.
Chan?
Thanks, Doc.
That boy dies, you've caught your last fish.
I didn't know you had a friend in this town. What is the boy's name?
I never ask.
Professor. See you back at the dock. What's on your mind, Inspector?
Come and sit down. Do you think you'll catch any unusual specimens today?
Still interested in marine science, eh?
Particularly your science. I hope you know men as well as you know fish.
What are you driving at?
You must understand that in my work, the warning to citizens of danger to their lives or possessions is as important as the apprehension of criminals.
Yeah, of course.
This man, Kane, has a police record.
Oh, he certainly looks the type.
He very much is the type. In 1 hour, he will be deported from Sewer Bar.
Inspector...
What's the matter, Professor? Don't tell me his departure means anything to you.
Yes, it certainly does.
Thank you. In what way?
Inspector, you know how important my work is to me. I need this fellow.
Replace him?
No, I've tried to find local assistants. You know that. Right now, I'm on the verge of completing my work here. All I ask is 24 hours of this man's help, and then you can kick him right the hell out of the country. How about it?
All right, Professor. It's your responsibility for 24 hours.
Thank you.
Everything coming along all right?
Fine.
My dear young friend, it is customary for a patient to give a doctor a fee for his services rendered. You know what I mean by fee? Well, I do something for you, you do something for me.
You do something for me, I do something for you.
Yeah, that's right. Now, naturally, I'm not going to ask you for anything outlandish, but for something that I think you can afford.
How much do you want?
All I want is a nice big bottle of arak.
No.
What do you mean, no? That was a very delicate operation. I demand payment.
I demand a Havana cigar.
You demand a what?
A nice big Havana cigar.
Oh, come now. You're too young to smoke.
You're too old to drink.
You rotten bitch. You want it all, huh?
How do you like the feel of my gold, Kane?
Yours?
My gold. Mine because I was the first to know of the Victoria. Mine because I sweated it out on this stinking dung heap. Mine because I make it mine.
You mean you had Doc tell Malaire and I about the whole thing, huh? You used us all.
I used you all, Mr. Kane. You provided a way to finally get the gold up.
She tell you today was payday?
She wasn't the one. I found it out just today when Malaire asked me for 24 hours.
You're a smart cop.
You're so kind, Mr. Kane. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I have a little job for you to do, Mr. Kane.
Anything to oblige.
To the engine room, Mr. Kane. Get in there. Open the valve. In a little while now, the boat will fill with water and sink to the bottom. And on her will be two unfriendly witnesses.
Anything else you want me to do?
Yes, Mr. Kane. As a matter of fact, you can help me load the gold on my boat. My stinking little police boat.
Come on. You all right? Look, I'm sorry I hit you. I thought you threw the fish.
The professor. Where?
He's dead. So's Barack. Look, let's get that gold and get out of here. Come on. We're both gonna be rich, lady.
Don't touch that gold. Kane, I mean it.
Oh, hell.
Get on the police launch.
Now, what do you think you're gonna do with that gun?
You know what I'm going to do.
I'll blow your head off if I have to, Kane.
Lady, I really believe you would.
Yes. Come on, Kane. On the lunch. Move, Kane.
Are you sure this is the way you want it, Anna?
Quite sure.
That's what I thought you'd say.
That's better. Now, throw me the key. You've always liked my brand. Here, you'll need matches.
Why didn't you shoot me?
I like you,
Prove it.
but I don't trust you.
We'd make good partners.
And you will go with all the gold tomorrow. Mm-mm.
I'm not that greedy.
You were born greedy. And me too. We're a couple of bastards, Kane. Only I am the rich one.
You think that gold's gonna take you right to the top, huh?
You're damn right.
Well, don't spend it all in one place. Your luck might run out.
Luck is what I've never had. But the professor's death changed that for me. And now I have my first chance, my only chance in all those empty years I gave him. A chance that a woman like me deserves to have. Good luck, Kane.
Goodbye, Anna.
That was a cool ending, wasn't it? Kind of ambiguous,
Yeah.
because you're not really sure. I mean, the boat is leaking, and Anna has the gold on it, so it's weighing her down to begin with.
Right.
And but she also doesn't realize that some of the gold is on Barack's ship.
Right.
And yes, I went this entire show and did not make a Barack Obama joke about the corrupt cop being named Barack. You've got to give me credit for that. But anyway, so but also the other thing is, how's Kane going to get back to shore? Remember, they threw the keys overboard. So he's in Barack's boat with the gold, but
How far are they really that far out, or maybe are they not that far out?
well, he couldn't see land in any direction, so they're probably quite far out.
Okay.
But then, you know, but Anna was also sailing deeper into the ocean, so
So she's going to sink.
yeah,
with all the gold,
yeah.
most
So
of it.
Anna's dead.
Right.
It just, you know.
Runt could save him.
You know what? First time I watched this, I actually thought Runt might die.
Really?
I actually thought they might kill Runt.
Okay.
I thought that was really interesting. I thought they might kill Runt.
I thought it was interesting how the doctor, who's really drunk, is the only one who can save him, and he's going through detox at the time.
Yeah.
And the only way to calm him down and steady him is to give him more alcohol.
You've never been around a drunk detoxing, have you? They actually need the alcohol to stabilize. Like Kane makes that one line about, like, you know, you don't know much about drunks, do you?
Right.
The alcohol will actually get them back to an even keel if you give them just enough. So it'll actually stop the detoxing. So that would actually make the doctor, or as he put it, a surgeon. Remember? He was a surgeon!
He went to college, he's a surgeon.
Yeah, well, you went to college. What are you? You're hosting movies late at night on a rinky-dink channel. What do you think?
I need to aim higher.
I think you just need to aim. But, so what did you honestly think of the movie?
I kind of wish they would have showed if Anna's boat would have sank or not, but I
No,
understand
because
the
no.
film
See,
noir part.
I disagree. I like the more ambiguous nature of that. I like it that you don't necessarily know Anna's going to die, even though she deserves to after everything she did.
Right. They did have a lot of saxophone music.
Oh
in the
yeah,
movie.
It was like this weird soft jazz.
In the background the whole time.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
No, it gave it the noir feel. It's burnt.
Well, like I said, the thing with Sam Fuller, this movie, even in this cut, feels like a Sam Fuller movie. It really, really does.
Okay, I don't know who Sam Fuller is, and I haven't seen a lot of his. So I'm taking your word on this.
All right, fine. All right. Let's see what our resident film jerk, Leslie Stryker, seems to think about this movie. Leslie, did you actually watch it?
James Woods, one of my favorite actors whose career took a sharp downturn ever since he appeared in John Carpenter's awful movie Vampires, but would later go on to appear in the ill-fated TV legal drama Shark, an underrated primetime gem that... Leslie! Oh, I'm sorry, I got confused. I thought you meant the other thing called Shark with barely any sharks in it. The snuff film, you mean. Leslie! Oh, well, I'm sorry. Here I was expecting a nice brainless Italian Jaws knockoff, you know, the fare you usually provide me, and instead I get this filthy, plotting, culturally offensive heist film with about 90 seconds total of stock footage of sharks in it. And the one time the sharks and the stuntmen are actually in the same scene, the shark's actually eating the poor guy. It's just depressing. I mean, Smokey and the Bandit 3 was bad, but at least it didn't kill anyone.
Burt Reynolds wasn't really in Smokey and the Bandit 3. He had like a 10-second cameo.
You actually watched it, loser!
I hate you.
This is one of those really dull movies where you think you know what the movie's about, but it's actually about something else entirely. Like sharks, you might think? Well, yes, we see a shark devour a man in the first 3 minutes, and that's about all we see of the shark for about 40 minutes. Hell, I'd be surprised if there was more than a full minute of shark footage in the entire film. The movie's really about these two who are looking for something in this shipwreck, but they can't get it because we just saw their diver get eaten. They're forced to resort to outsiders, but seeing as how certified scuba divers are something of a rarity in the Sudan, and this being long before Craigslist, they don't have much luck until Burt Reynolds swaggers into town, who's trying to lay low after an arms smuggling deal goes bad.
What brought you to this isolated pigsty?
Last time a lady bought me a drink, she was no lady.
Whoa. Hey, check it out. Dom DeLuise is the hotel clerk. It's a Cannonball Run prequel. Although, don't ask me why he's wearing an HMS Pinafore shirt. The two obvious criminals hire Burt, pretending to be scientists on some kind of research mission. The whole movie's very mysterious as to what secrets might lie within the shipwreck, and honestly, I don't know why.
I want to know what the Victoria was carrying.
Just think about it for a second. What did you think it was? It's gold! Duh! What else do you look for in a shipwreck? Gold in the Coeur de la Mer! Do these guys really expect their story about being scientists to hold water? You know, considering they neither look nor behave anything like academics, act suspiciously and secretive when pressed about the most minor details, and are actively blackmailing criminals to join their crew instead of calling the university to send a graduate student. And yet, Burt has to play detective for an hour and 20 minutes in this movie until he finally sees the gold for himself and puts the whole thing together. Just think about that. It's an hour and 20 minutes before the audience finally discovers what in the hell this movie's about. Luckily, the film is jam-packed with action and suspense, like this gripping scene. Wow! Now that was pivotal to the plot, and we learned so much about the characters! For instance, I didn't know they smoked!
You rotten bitch! You want it all, huh?
The movie did not need to be this long! It's not just padded, it's bloated! It's retaining water! There's so much scuba diving footage to relaxing jazz music, I was too busy falling asleep to realize they were trying to build tension! What is with this music? What filmmaker puts Burt Reynolds in a desperate climactic fistfight with a gang of murderers and says, you know what this scene needs is a jazz combo? Man, the moon's really blinding tonight. Bottom line, it's a boring script, poorly written. The dialogue in this movie makes no sense. It's almost as random and pointless as talking to villagers in The Adventure of Link.
Can you handle a winch?
Honey, I was delivered by one.
What? What are you implying here?
Just out of curiosity, Professor, what's your favorite food?
I hate fish. Can't stand the taste of it.
Thanks, but that didn't really answer my question, idiot.
Back in the States, skin diving has practically replaced baseball.
Oh yes, skin diving, the new American pastime.
What a wonderful world it would be if alcohol flowed through our veins.
Couldn't agree with you more. I'm Leslie Stryker, reminding you to keep plenty of booze on hand when watching any Burt Reynolds movie. Back to you, Deadpan, Dump Truck.
Leslie, I truly do hate you. But we want to thank Cheesy Flicks, where you can get this movie. Like I said, on their website, it's like $3. And this is a cool flick. Go and buy it.
Very good selection.
Yeah, cheesyflicks.com. We also need to thank North Coast Productions, because without them, we wouldn't have any equipment, such as microphones and cameras. So thank you, North Coast. And I got it buried over here somewhere, Videoscope. I'm not just hawking them. They're a really cool magazine. Videoscope. Really good. But I like this movie. What do we got next week? Planet of Dinosaurs. I'm sorry. Just...
Or is it Horror Planet?
I don't know.
Planet? Something?
There's something with Planet in the title next week. You'll have to tune in. Go to the My New 32 website. It'll tell you, since I'm clearly not good enough to remember. So, you guys have a good night, and remember, these are the films that time has forgotten.
Good night.